Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Jak and Jill DX. This is another rather-like low-effort port, so you know what that means. You can get the Platinum Trophy in about 20 minutes, right? I don't actually have the notification synced up yet for some reason, but I did get it a few minutes ago. Here, I'll give you some proof. So, this guy started playing Jak and Jill DX at 12:39 on the 26th. And they had the Platinum by 1 o'clock. So if that doesn't give you an idea of how easy the Platinum is to get in this game, I can't help you. So this is a runner, and if we don't know what runners are basically when the platform or genre went on mobile, it got lazy and made it so that you only had to control it with one button. We all know the drill there, so let's just go and play a few levels. So you press X to start moving, and you press X to jump. Admittedly, they've given you a couple of other moves at this point, like they've given you the ability to wall jump, but that's pretty much it. There are some things like invulnerability potions you can pick up in order to take out enemies that you can jump on their heads to also defeat, and speed shoes. Thank you for the good timing game. I screwed that jump up. Did I screw that jump up? Kind of hard to tell considering the fact the camera in this game is a bit of a dick. It can make it surprisingly difficult to tell where you're supposed to go sometimes, just because the camera doesn't exactly keep up with you, and with how fast you're constantly moving, you need to be prepared for some jumps sometimes, so chances are, on some levels at the very least, you aren't going to get through the first time, just because you've got no idea what the bloody hell to expect. Especially with these levels with the collapsing blocks. I imagine that later on in this world, they're going to give me some extra things to deal with related to them. Nevertheless, run into a wall and it reverses your direction, and when you get to Jak or Jill, depending on what character you're playing, you just switch characters by pressing triangle on the level select screen. Depending on which one you're playing, you succeed by getting to the other one, and that's pretty much it. The game itself is incredibly simple. There's really nothing else to it. It's exactly like almost every other runner out there, except it doesn't feel like it has anywhere near the amount of creativity. I will give them... bollocks. Hit the X button just a little bit too late there. I will give them a little bit of creativity, a little bit of, praise for the... Okay, yeah, it looks like the capture is actually having a little bit of trouble with this game, which is a little unfortunate. In-game, the performance is alright, but there is definitely some out-of-game performance issues. We'll get onto them. So, if you're noticing that the game seems to be dropping frames a bit, I think it's because of the capture kit on that one. But, yeah, we do have some weird performance issues outside of the game to talk about, but nevertheless. But yeah, I will give the game one bit of credit, and that is that the Game Boy art style that they've got going on is actually pretty damn accurate. I could see this game fitting onto a Game Boy quite well, minus the whole, like, widescreen aspect. It actually looks pretty nice. I'm gonna give them all the credit for that one. It does legitimately look pretty good. Down I go. I would swap it to another, like, transmission mode to make it so that the game stream doesn't lag up all the time, but yeah, you see how at the very beginning it runs at like a really smooth 60? Well, that's pretty much how it stays. It doesn't really drop below that. It's just the recording because of the goddamn recording kit. It just can't handle solid colors very well, like going on in the background there. And I'm willing to bet that if I was playing on the game's default color scheme, it would be even worse. Didn't mean to press the X button twice there. That was surprisingly annoying. Also, I apologize for the guy in my comments who doesn't like the fact that I click my tongue like this. I do it subconsciously. I really do. I'm actually surprised I noticed at that time, but yeah, I apologize to that dude. I understand it can be quite annoying. There are some YouTubers I just can't watch that I would really like to watch because they either can't stop coughing or they have these really annoying tics like that just annoy me to no end. At least I make the effort to edit out my coughing fits, and I barely do any editing at all, so, you know, some YouTubers out there really need to shape up. And there I am fucking up my words again because I have speech deficiency, and I'm not actually kidding about that. I actually have a speech deficiency, but it appears to have mostly gone away over the past few years of doing YouTube and talking to myself in front of a dual monitor setup so I can have my Vita on one screen and all my recording software on the other so I can keep an eye on everything while I play the game. It really is a quite nice little setup. I'm actually really looking forward to getting a new computer. I'm almost at the amount of money I need to get a new computer. I'm like at most $200 off, which is really nice. If you're wondering if there's going to be any sort of, like, you know, change of gameplay or style in this game, I'm sorry to tell you that's not going to happen. It's just this. Pretty much all the time. No if, and, or buts about it. It's just particularly simple mobile port of a runner game. It's not an endless runner, it's just a runner because, well, there's no controls other than, like, pressing X to jump. You don't move left or right. You don't do anything like attack. You just time the X button presses. You could literally program a bot to play this game just by pressing the X button at the right time. It's entirely possible. And it just disappoints me too. I mean, even if it's like, I keep forgetting, I need to just let it fall there. I need to let it fall. That seems to be what's buggering me up the most in this game. But, yeah, this game just disappoints me in ways that most Ratalaika games do, because again, it's an easy platinum despite the fact that they've got a pretty decent system going on for rewarding trophies in the background, which I will go and show you shortly. And you can kind of tell when Ratalaika doesn't really care about a port because you can earn the platinum trophy in about 30 minutes. Like, you can tell because there are games that don't have, like, you know, get the platinum in an hour sorts of trophy sets. Like, I think One More Dungeon was one of them. You know? And Stay definitely didn't fall victim to that either, so yeah, you can kind of tell which games are big for them and which ones are just, you know, games we sell for $5 to trophy whores sorts of things, which is disappointing. Also, can you tell that I'm still getting codes from Ratalaika games? It's mainly because I'm not actually sending them the videos after I put them up. Oh man, imagine if they heard me saying that. I would never get a single review code from them again. I actually got 4 review codes for Full Blast after I already bloody paid for the game. I really need to get around to giving those away or something, but even then it's Full Blast. Chances are I wouldn't be able to give them away. Oh, honestly, that's being unfair to Full Blast. That was a decent game brought down by the fact that it was a bloody trophy whore game for Ratalaika. I will give this game some credit in that some of the level designs can be tricky. They do make you wait to fall down in some places. You can bounce off enemies and spring pads, and sometimes that will actually get you killed, so it's not like a robotic, oh, I need to bounce off him now. No, you have to make sure that you need to bounce off him, otherwise you might die. Which is good. But it is just pure, basic running gameplay. We've had a few games like this on Vita in the past. I think, Stranded, a Mars Adventure was one of them. Honestly, I'm surprised I even remember that. Because that game was completely unremarkable, and to be fair, other than some relatively intelligent level design and some decent graphical capability, this game is also completely unmemorable, and it's probably something that will never be played again outside of this video in any, like, serious fashion, outside of, like, trophy whores. Alright, I think I've spent enough time playing the actual game, so let's go and show you some of the side stuff you've got. So you have challenges down here, which there isn't really much to it. You would think these would be the trophies, but they are not. You can also see that, you know, finish every level in a world, but then you've got some interesting ones. Like, you've got mirror mode, which is interesting. You've also got complete level 419 without losing the wings, finish level 720 without losing, collect all the coins in a bunch of levels, avoid the moving clouds and collect all moving coins. those are some interesting challenges. Of course they don't have trophies behind them. Also, you might have noticed that the game just slowed to a crawl when I opened them up, because, yeah, whenever you're in one of these, where it's like a long bit of these weird little things here, just this menu option set, there's just, yeah, it's a bit laggy, but, you know, in-game, absolutely fine for the most part, despite what this footage might look like. So, whenever you finish a level, the coins you collect go into your total, and using these coins, you can play these mini-games. This is one of them. This is Baddie Cross, and the other one is Baddie Collect, I think it was named. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. And playing these games and being successful at them will earn you tickets, and tickets are what buy you some extras in this game. And the extras aren't really anything special. The extras are hats for Jack and Jill, and they also give you different screen colors. Like, for example, you can see here that the screen is tinted red. That's not actually part of the game. It is, well, it's not actually the default set of the game, I should say. This is one of the buyable colors. You can buy many different colors. And by many, I mean like 6 or 7, which to be fair is a fair amount. Unfortunately, the ticket cost on everything is pretty high, so right now, like, the 30 or so tickets I'm going to earn from this game are only enough to buy one of the cheapest hats, which is why they've made it that you need to go back and play the levels over and over again in order to get extra coins. The only problem is that you can't actually... You don't actually keep the coins if you die. You have to finish levels to do them. So you have to play and finish levels over and over again in order to actually successfully earn the coins. Also, it's kind of funny how they give you bloody coins in this one. Considering that it takes like 100 coins to play on this, getting an extra coin or two is really not all that impressive game, I must say. But yeah, the games are just like miniature arcadey style games. They're really nothing special. You unlock one once you finish the world, and I finished worlds 1 and 2, so I get mini games 1 and 2. It's really quite simple. The second minigame definitely earns you more tickets than the first one does, although it does take a little bit more effort to successfully pull off, so, you know, no harm, no foul there. So if you're going to be playing any minigames, you might as well play the good old... You might as well play the one that you've got unlocked the latest, just because it gives you more tickets. It's really that simple. So if we hit triangle to look at the slideshow, you can see that the slideshow is actually quite slow and drops frames a lot. So yeah, I bought one hat, which was the crown. I didn't even equip it because I'm an idiot. But yeah, there's your hats. Then you've got your screen colors. So this is what it looks like when it's just grey. Banged my wrist on the table there for a second. And let's take a look at what it looks like when it's green. Oh, I can't afford it, never mind. You also have the ability to successfully beat a level without having to actually finish it for 100 tickets, which is a lot of tickets. And you can also buy tickets outright for 500, 5,000, and 10,000 coins. However, that is not even remotely worth the effort, because you could get way more tickets by just playing the minigames. So, yeah, there's no point in spending it on that. If you want tickets, just go through the effort of playing the minigames for a little bit, and they'll pretty much be your lot. So, that was a look at Jack and Jill DX. Honestly, it's a runner game. I find runner games to be incredibly boring, and this is no exception. It looks okay, it sounds okay, it runs okay, but other than that, it's really completely unremarkable, and there's really no point in picking it up. Unless you're a gigantic trophy whore, because you can earn the platinum trophy in like 10 gold trophies inside of like 30 minutes. That's really the only reason you should be picking this up, you goddamn whores. So this has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.